everyone, this is Georgia, the Dream Coach. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. If you've been here before, hey girl, or our guys. Happy New Year to you guys, by the way. So this is kind of like my first video of the new year. I posted one earlier today, but that was from before the new year. So this is gonna be my official first video of the new year. As I always say, I am a speaker, life coach, author and all of that stuff. So I do talk about women's empowerment and how to be a better version of yourself. I do talk about that, but I also talk about Poshmark. I'm a posher as well, so I'll from time to time I'll have my what I went and got from the bins or whatever the case may be to put on my Poshmark page. So go ahead and check that out as well. But today we're just going to talk about 2020, just a little bit. And it's going to be basically the lessons I've learned in 2020 that I'm going to carry over into 2021. Most of the lessons anyway. Some of them I'm going to let them stay right where they are in 2020, and the ones that I need, I'm just going to bring them over to 2021. Okay, so I have my trusted list right here. Of course, I like to always have my list because, like I always say, I can just keep rambling on and on and on and with no end in sight. So I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to talk to you guys. It's like a discussion kind of thing. And so, one of the first thing, I'm just going to jump right in, like I always say. One of the first things is that I'm an introvert by nature. I'm an introvert masquerading as an extrovert because I'm also a speaker. That means I have to talk to people on a regular basis. I have to be social, but I'm social when I need to be. And then once I retreat, I retreat. I just retreat. That's just me. But I learned in 2020 that I go to school online. I go to work online. I go to church online. 2020 had me in the house doing everything in the house, and I am getting out stir crazy, as we in Jamaica say, take the color of the house, which just means that I need to get out of that house. And I go somewhere. I go to the grocery store. I don't even go there for anything. I just go to pick up a bit of grapes or whatever is on sale or whatever. I just walk around Harris Theater and just because it's across the street from me. But I found that I need to do that for my sanity because I was going stir crazy in the house. I'm like, do I need people? I always thought I always thought I'd be fine by myself, but obviously I'm not fine by myself. 5:30. I can't wait to get out of my house to go somewhere. Like I said, to drop off some of my I have my orders that I still got to do. I still get a few orders, not as much as I did before, but I still got a few orders I got to drop off at the store, a UPS store, whatever. And I need to get out more. Is what I learned. So that's one of the things I'm going to take in 2021. And when this whole thing is over, I'm going to try to become more social. In order to be friendly, make friends, you have to show yourself friendly, right? So that's what that is. The second thing is that I have to learn to do, that I'm learning to do, is change my mindset. How I think about myself, how I think about my life, how I think about those things in general. Just change the way I think. As a man, think it so easy. So I have to change the way I think about stuff and just change my entire mindset about things. Okay, because and be careful what I say, because those things, the things what you say, your words are powerful. People always say that. It sounds cliche, but it's actually true. It's actually true that what you say affect your reality. It affects how you think about things, how things come into play by your words. So I'm trying to be careful what I say as well, and I'm continuing when I speak. I'm speaking life in my homes, myself, my children, my family. I'm going to be speaking life. So this is kind of like a New Year's resolution. I don't really like resolutions per se, but it's going to be something I'm going to continue from 2020 into 2021. Is that I'm going to start to speak life into myself. I'm the head. I'm not the tail. I'm above. I'm not beneath. I'm just going to keep talking these things about myself to myself. That's the second rule. And the next one is to ramp up my spiritual life, which kind of ties into the number 2, because you have to ramp up your spiritual life, your prayer life, your just everything, how you think about things. It encompasses everything because you are your church now. The 30 minutes or the hour that you have on a screen, it's not. You have to have more than that. You have to be able to do more than, you got to be able to speak to. You got to be able to be in, do your own thing inside of you, clean up your inside. And when you pray, you're gonna have to ask God to help you to do all of that. And the church is not gonna always be there to hold your hands, is what I'm saying. So you have to learn to hold your own hand. You have to learn to encourage yourself. Pat your own self on the back and encourage yourself. And speak those things that you know the word. We know the word. We know the word. We can quote the word, but do we believe it when we quote? We not only quote it, but you have to believe it when you say these things and be your own church, right? Okay. And the next thing is, take my mental health take it serious. Now, I'm gonna be a little transparent right now, and I don't care, because alcoholic has to first of all say that they're alcoholic before they can start getting healed. I am an alcoholic, so that's how you get healing. I'm not. I'm just saying that's what you first thing you have to say. I just find myself being very sad sometimes. Yep, very sad. There are times through 2020 that my daughters have called me and I haven't answered the phone. I see it ringing and they don't answer the phone. And they have to threaten to come over here because I'm here by myself. I'm in this place by myself. My youngest daughter is away in college and she may come home for a few days, breeze through, get her clothes washed or whatever. She's gone. She didn't even come home for Christmas. So I'm here in this house by myself, and I've always had someone to take care of. I'm always taking care of her. I'm here in this house, and it becomes oppressive. It's oppressive. So, and this is 2020. That was 2020, and I'm like, I sometimes feel down, and I can't be the only one. I'm saying this, and I know I'm not the only one. I know for a fact that I can't be the only one that was going through this in 2020. I can't be. Right? And I have to dig myself out. And I know there's ways I have to take advantage of all the programs that are out there for me. At my place of employment, there are programs out there for people. You don't even have to pay anything. You get a certain amount of hours, and I didn't take advantage of it in 2020. I'm getting ready to call these people up just to talk. I mean, everybody needs to talk to somebody, right? And no matter how you put on that face, we are good at putting on that face and pretend like everything is good when it's not good. We're not always happy. We're not always, no matter how we smile, we are still smiling in the pain, but we are not 100% where we need to be. Well, I don't know about you. I know, let me talk about myself, because I can't talk about anybody else. I know that I'm not 100% where I need to be, right? And I can feel it happening. I have to shake myself off. I have to, because if I don't, I will lie in my bed the entire day and do absolutely nothing. And I'm usually the one that's, I'm writing a book, I'm doing this, and there are days when I don't do anything at all. I'm bearing my soul. I'm being transparent. I am just being transparent. It's just that I've never been that type of person. I've always been like a person that's kind of like, what's the word? Optimistic person. The glass is always it's never half empty. I mean, it's always half full. It's like I can always come up with things. And then I found myself like, oh my God, I can't this year. I can't. I just can't. So here we go. It's the new year. And I don't want to continue doing this. I don't want to continue the way I've been doing. I don't want to do that. I want to change. Right? I want to change. And I intend to change, because I know when I'm getting to that precipice where I need to start to pull myself back. And that's a dangerous place to be when you're there, when you get from sad into something else. right? And I need to talk. I learned that I need to talk to people. I need to open up to people. I need to talk about the feelings that I'm having. My uncle died in the middle, at the start of this whole thing. You know, have people that have died, people that are not, and and you're watching TV. I stop watching these channels because they get me so depressed, so down. So anyways, I know that I need to talk to people. This is one of my format. This is why I started this, because I know there are people like me out there that's going through this, going through worse than this. And we all need to talk it out. So that's one of the things that we need to do. And I intend to do that. Like I'm talking about, like tomorrow, I'm going to call that number that I've had since at least September or earlier last year. They gave us these numbers because they recognize this company, my company recognized that, you know, this is may happen, and I never took advantage of it, and that's my fault, right? And I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start talking. I'm gonna start getting it out and attacking it. Once I see it happening, I'm gonna I know that what I need to do to get rid of it. Okay. All right. So the next thing I need to do is switching from spiritual or mental more into financial. Okay. And fix my credit. Yes. We gotta fix our credit. Because this what we're going through right now is not going to last forever. It's just a time. It's just a moment in time, right? That we're going through right now. It's just a valley experience that we're going through right now. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get out of it, right? So I'm going to prepare myself, right? I'm going to prepare myself by cleaning up my credit. If I can save some money, save some money. Now, it's difficult sometimes. We know we have to, you know, a lot of people have to trying to be prepared to where they're going to feed their kids, how they're going to pay their rent, and all these things. But not everybody's going through that. No, not everybody's going through it. So if you can, here's what I did. And my daughter is the one, I'm not going to take credit for it. My daughter is the one who came up with the idea. Okay, so she got an HSA card, all right? When I pull, and this is another thing you could do. You get a free, it's called freecreditreport.com. You get one free credit report that pulls your credit from all three agencies once a year. You get it free, okay? If you call free credit, or if you go on to, you could go to IRS, I guess, but I go to freecreditreport.com, and then you print it off, and you'll get it in the mail, and you could go through it, and it's free to you. So when I pull up my credit, I see majority of the things that's on my credit are medical bills, you know, I'm in the emergency room and it's $600 or whatever it is, and I never paid it, whatever. So 2 or 3 pages of just medical bills by itself. I had to see, but majority of things that's on my credit is medical bills. I have an HSA card for my job. You know, the health spending, the card that you get from the job. I pay for that. So I get like about $100 every month. Or whatever, they load up. My card get loaded up every month with a certain amount of money. So I have my medical bill, so I can call the hospital, CMC, Maine, or whatever, and I could speak to the business department, and I could ask them, put up my name information. I could pay on a bill. I don't have to go through I could pay directly to them, and I could pay them off $80 here, $50 here, and I could pay off one bill and then move to the next one. I've been doing that. Now, I haven't put my credit report for this year yet, but I've been doing that since September. So I'm like, okay, that's going to make my credit better, right? So that's a way to pay off your credit. And you call these companies and you could make a deal with them. No, you could call, join an agency that could do it for you, or you could do it yourself. Whatever, but clear it up. Because at some point, you're going to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to do these things, but right now, we are on there, we just have to be mindful of what we're doing and just be smart about it, right? Okay, so the next thing after you fix your credit and you try to save some money is buy a house. One of my friends, she's putting an offer in a house, so we're talking about the interest rates. And I did mortgages, home equity loans and mortgages 15 years, for like 15 years. So I know a little bit about what's going on. The interest rate for a mortgage right now is like, it's a buyer's market. It's a buyer's market because the interest rate is like so low. I'm talking about like 2%. If your credit is good enough, you could get a 2%. You know, the only reason why I haven't done it myself is because I have a few stuff that I want to clear up on my credit report. Why I haven't put in, done any of that. But there's first time home buyer program that you could get involved into. You could get your, your closing costs paid off. There's so many different programs out there for people from, if you're a minority, if you're a woman, if you're a woman of color or a man of color, whatever the case may be. Those are things you could do. And you could get involved. Just call, if you call like any of these banks, Bank of America, or I know for a fact that what's the other bank? We used to call it First Union, but I forgot the name of the bank now. Whatever. Any bank that you call right now, they'll have a program available for minorities or whatever the case may be, and they'll even help you get your credit report. They'll help you see what on your credit report that you need to pay off so that you can purchase this house, right? And you go ahead and put that into place. I'm telling you, the interest rate is like, it's like 1 point whatever, 1.25 and 1.50. I'm like, oh my God, where are they doing that at? Or you could buy a car. A car interest rate will be much lower as well, because cars are sitting in lots. So most of the cars of 2020 that they got inventory, they probably have a whole bunch of inventory for cars for 2020 that you could purchase, right? Because there's so many cars. It's more demand, it's more supply than demand, economics, right? There's so much supply, but the demand for it is not as much. So of course they're gonna have to start marking these cars down, because now they're trying to get in, this is 2021, so now they gotta get a brand new inventory for 2021, right? They still haven't sold 2020 cars yet. So guess what they have to do with those cars? They got to mark them down at some point. So it's the best time, if you need a car, to go ahead and do so right now. And last but certainly not least, because I am the dream coach, so I got to talk about your dreams, right? Yeah. So you have a dream. Pursue that dream. Now, whatever's going on out there, still going on there, that we shall remain nameless by name. We're just going to talk about around it. It's still going on, right? But that don't mean you should stop planning, because I always say a dream without a plan is just you talking. That's all you're doing. But you have a plan in place, a 30-day plan, a 90-day plan, a 6-month plan, a year plan, a 2-year plan. Put all your ducks in a row now. Put them in a row. You need a class. You plan your dream. Hey, your dream could be, I plan on go to take a class. Hey, go take that class. All the classes are now online. Perfect. You could do it. You could go do that, right? Whatever it is, most of whatever you would do, you do online. You get a notepad and you start writing the things down of what you want to do in the first 6 months. I want to do this. I want to take a class. I want to save this amount of money. I want to, whatever it is that you want to do, write it down. Make it plain. That's what the Bible said you should be doing. Writing it down and making it plain. When you're ready, when you have everything down, and as you go along, you cross off anything that you've done, cross it off and celebrate that, and then move on to the next thing. Just keep it on until you get everything in place. Right? Whatever it is that you want to, your plans and your dreams are. Just because this has happened, I'm not going to let it stop me. I did mention in the last a couple of videos before, where we talk about the 70 years. I'm just going to go biblical for a moment, where we went. I did say that before. We talked about the 70 years of Babylonian captivity, and while they're there, the Bible does say, the prophet did tell them, plant vineyards, build houses, have children, get married, have children. So just because we're going through this, we're not talking about 70 years. We're just saying, just because you're going through this doesn't mean you should stop planning. You should stop dreaming. You should stop, because this is not going to last forever. And you have to be prepared spiritually, physically, emotionally. I'm going to start my exercise. It's going to be on Fleek, as they call it. Yeah, Fleek, whatever that means. But I'm going to start there, because that's part of what I'm doing is self-care. I'm going to go back to that for a moment. I did talk about the financial aspect. I'm going to go back to self-care. And one of the things I found, that when I start taking care of myself, I felt better. Literally felt better. So I went to the dollar store. Because I'm not talking about spending a lot of money right now, right? Because I'm trying to save it. So I went to the dollar store and I got me a little basket right here, right? See? And I just start taking care of myself, or taking care of my face. And I thought my makeup looks so much better because I have like pores that are enlarged pores in my cheeks that that I use a mask to get rid of. You know, I mean these stuff, and some of the stuff I just go in my kitchen and pull them out. This right here, when I was a little girl, we used to use this for so many different things. So many different things. This can clean your teeth, make your teeth whiter. I sprinkle some on my toothbrush to make my teeth whiter. I take a bath into this. You know, I'm doing you could use it as a scrub on your face. You know, I use it as a scrub on my face. And I got this from the dollar store, the Dollar Tree. Got me this. I got these today. My peroxide, I do the same thing. I soak in the peroxide in the tub, because I'm not using those bath bombs and those bubble baths and stuff like that. We don't have to say why we're not doing it. You all already know why we're not using any of that stuff. Anyways, so I got this, and I like to use these in the bath. It makes my skin feel so soft, right? So like I said, this is part of my self-care. I just go in my kitchen and I just put things out. Y'all know. Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I use to wash my meat. I use it as a toner, like half water, half a cup, you know, a little bit of water, half and half. So whatever I'm using it, a spoonful of this, I put some in half a cup or a quarter cup of water, whatever the case may be. I mix it together. I use it as a toner on my face, and I noticed my face, all this, my pores are shrinking. So I use this for that. I drink it because I'm diabetic, so I drink this every morning to lower my A1C, right? So I could use it in my hair. I just did my hair anyway. Just did braid this a couple of days ago. I think it was New Year's Day. I just started braiding it. I mean, it doesn't look as neat as I wanted to look, but hey, I don't care. I'm home anyway. So when I'm ready, I use this on a cotton ball, and I go through my my scalp, clean my scalp with this. I use that. What else I got? My hair right now, my natural hair is about my shoulder length. It's about here, right? In its natural, in its coil, in my natural coil. But I want to go further down, right? So I've been using my Nature's Bounty, gummies with 2 times for biotin, 2 times. I've been using this, right? And I'm telling you, I have a whole bunch of stuff here. I use this to make a mask. These 3 items right here with my honey, right here. I got this from, this is from Burlington for Coat Factory. This is a papaya mask. And I mix it with I have my honey right over here. So I mix this with my honey. It should be organic honey, but this is just some honey I got from Walmart. So I got that. And I mix it together with turmeric. Turmeric is one of those other super food that you could use to do everything. I use it on my face. I use it, all of these items: cinnamon, turmeric, honey, and the papaya with this together, and I make a mask. I put a mask on my face, maybe about 3 times a week. I do that. What else I got in here? Oh, and I got my vitamins, my vitamin C that I use on my face as well. You know, I use that also. I got me my probiotic equate from Walmart, of course. My probiotic for my gut, probiotic gummies. I got that. I mean, I got my vitamin C, more vitamin C serum. And I find that these things make me feel better. You know, they make me feel better because I'm doing self-care. I got my, I went to the dollar store. Don't laugh at me. And I got me my eye cream, right? Because I got bags underneath my eyes, so I got me some eye cream. Ain't nothing to mention the name. It's just, you know, just some stuff. For my hair, I'm using the Jamaica Black Castor Oil. I mix them all in a little, I have a little Dax container here. This is, in this, I had Dax before and then it finished, so I just kind of mix all these ingredients in. My Jamaican castor oil, then I mix my goat oil. This is my, whatever that brand is, goat oil. I mix that in. My avocado oil, that's also in there. And I kind of like to put, and then what I do is, because I'm trying, like I said, I have in this bottle, I went for the dollar store and I got this bottle and I put aloe vera. Now, when I grew up in Jamaica, we didn't really have, we had a cousin, I don't think it's not aloe vera that looks like that. I mean, if you're Jamaican, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's Cinco Bible tuna, but it's one of them that we used to call back in the day where it's the same, it's in the same family. So I went ahead and so I know how good it is. I went ahead and I used this, I sprayed in my hair. It has like my aloe vera juice into it, and I just kind of like this, I just spray it on my head. You know what I'm saying? Just spray it on. And you know, my birthday's in March of this year, so I figure I'll see what my hair looks like at that point. In the meantime, it's going to be in protective style. I take it out when I need to, but I'm going to keep putting it on and put it down, and I'll see what it looks like at that point. And like I said, my natural curl coils, because my hair is natural, it's about shoulder length here. It's about here, not shoulder, but about here, right? So I want to see if we can get it down even further just by doing what I'm doing right now. So this, I don't know about you, but this is, I'll put my music on, I'll put my little gospel music on, and I'll just go and use these stuff. You could use in my, you know, different grease on my skin. And I just do the self-care. See? This is for my foot. And then I got me foot cream. And I'm just, like I said, these things are not expensive or anything. It's just something that makes me feel better. So do what makes you feel good about yourself. If you can afford more expensive things, go ahead, knock yourself out. I just find that these kind of things that I use, especially things like this, what I know, I grew up on this in Jamaica where we used to use this to brush our teeth. There were days when we didn't have toothpaste, where we used to use this to brush our teeth. And when I look at that, if you look at this, there are toothbrush out there. There are toothpaste out there that's made of this. So I know it's not. And this is something that we've always done in Jamaica. We've always done all of these kind of things. So honey, we always use that. Turmeric. These are ingredients that we use that I use, and you should listen to Beautiful Baby Dolls. And she I mean, she's into natural things. She's into products as well, but her main thing is you know, listening to is doing a lot of natural things. So like I said, this was just a discussion about what I'm going to do, some of the things I'm going to do for this year. I hope something I've said will kind of like this connect with you and how you feel about this. I would love for you to make a comment about if you want me to talk about any other items like this or whatever the case may be. I would certainly be able to do so. I'm thinking of going a whole series about this and all of this, because I think it's important. It's imperative that we all heal together. And when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself as well. To thine own self. Be true. To thine own self, heal first, right? So when I'm talking to you, I'm actually talking to myself. I'm speaking my truth to my own self as well. So I hope we can heal together. 2020 has been a year and it's over and done with. So now we gotta move on. Push forward. Press forward. Press forward towards the mark. We're just gonna keep going, leaving those things that are behind us, and we're just gonna keep going forward into 2021. So, like I said before, I hope you like this video, subscribe, share, doing all the good stuff that we normally do. I want to build this trend channel. There are times when I don't post as much as I should, but that's on another thing I'm gonna start try to do is to post more, be more be more open, and I hope we could go together. Um, and I hope you guys have a good day. Happy New Year. If I haven't said this already, Happy New Year again. Thank you.